All right, folks, so today I want to talk about height over bore. And that is the distance between, in this case, like your red dot and the center of your bore. And right here, it's probably 2.5, 3 inches, okay? And it's going to be about the same for the irons. It's to be the same if your irons were height over bore. Might be a little bit lower because this looks like this is lower 1/3 co-witness. Maybe, might be ideal. But it's the distance between your sighting system and the center of your bore. Now, if you're somebody like me that sights your rifles in at 100, it's just how I do it. You're going to get about 2 to 2.5, at 25 yards, you will be shooting 2 to 2.5 inches low of your aiming point. All right. But sometimes and I'm speaking about in a competition sense, because in a defensive sense, I think if you just pointed this fired this rifle at this close, you could get hits, which on a living target matters. Here, you might be asked in a stage to hit certain spots on the target. For example, now this target shot up. I did a lot of videos with this today. The A box right up there on the head. Okay. When you're this close of a distance, they might say, all right, you got to put 2 in the A zone. All right. And there might be a whole array of them. And you're just going to come up and you're trying to turn and burn, man. You're trying to burn them down like, duh. And you're going to come up and you're going to put that dot right in the center of the A zone. And we're about 4 yards from here. So the rifle might even be a little bit closer. But let's just see what happens with the height over bore at this distance, which, geez, the rifle is probably, I don't know, 3 feet from the target. But you will get some where you got to run almost right up on the target muzzle distance sometimes and burn them down. So let's just see. Let's just say, hey, you need to shoot this target. The stage brief says, shoot the target, but in the A's, I want 2 in the A zone. And you're flustered, you're running, timer's going, and you're not thinking, and you come up and you put 2 dead center in that A. And you're like, hell yeah. And you go on, and you're like, what the heck just happened? I don't know if you can see it. I'll zoom it in if you can see it. But let me walk forward here. Here's your center of your A box. Here's your 2 hits. Roughly 2.5 inches low of where you wanted to shoot. Okay, so those would be 2 misses. Knocks you right out of the competition, especially if you're on the higher end of skill level. That's 2 misses. If they say you're required to have them in the A box, anything else will be misses. So you got to keep that in mind. And the closer you get, the worse it gets. The worse it gets. If I'm sighted in at 100, when I go back to 25, which is roughly the maximum distance of the bay that I built here, I know it'll be 2 inches low. So I got to aim at the top of the head to get those hits at 25. But let me see. Let's say I am paying attention to my height over bore, and I know exactly what I'm going for. Now, in this case, I might have to, with that type of drop, I'm going to have to aim over the head. So I know you guys won't be able to tell, but I'm going to just do it here. I'm just going to fire over its head. And even that was a little too high. You see, that would have been 2 misses. So that's a little difficult. Let me try it again. Let me aim just above the head. There you go, right dead center. So we'll come up here. When I aimed roughly, and again, you're in a competition setting, you got the timer going, you got other stages shooting, you got a bunch of distractions. And when I aimed, let's say I aimed too high and it missed those lines. So I had to come down and just aim roughly a 1/2 inch above to put them dead in that A zone. Okay, so that's the type of stuff you got to be aware of. Now, if you have a 25-yard zero, it's going to change a little bit, but I'm saying this is off a 100-yard zero, which is where I like to zero my rifles. So, height over bore, it's a thing. You got to be conscious of it. especially in a competition setting. Again, like I said, if you are CQBing and this is an actual threat, hell, from here I could just go bop, 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 and you don't even have to aim at this close, really. But there it is, guys. Pay attention to your bore offset, your height over bore, and you will get your excellent hits, and you won't just shit the whole bed in your match. So there it is, guys. I hope this helps somebody out. You probably all of y'all probably knew about this stuff. But again, like once you get closer, the worse it gets. It gets real bad up close. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.